What's up, everybody? I am Destroyer, your coach of the Washington Wake Pokemon Draft League team. Tonight's video, we are in the Professional Draft League, the quarterfinals of the playoffs, first round of the playoffs here. I haven't been posting all the videos from this league so far, just because I didn't get recording capacity until I was well into the season here. But I did make the playoffs, and I did record. This is a post-commentary. I wasn't able to record with vocals during this particular match, as well as a few others in this series here. But we are up against Maestro MELOETTA, kind of sort of a rival of mine. He's a fellow admin in MELOETTA Draft League. He's actually the owner of that league that I'm an admin in. He and I have matched up a few times, and he has beat me, I think, the last 3 times in a row coming into this match, so I'm really nervous. He just seems to have my number on a lot of things here. He also was my one loss in the regular season with this team. So right now, I'm going for the Wisp. We've got Choice Scarf on this thing. When he and I played the first round, he had a Choice Scarf on his Urshifu. So I'm guessing that's why he stayed in and did the U-turn here. I'm not really for sure there. Because otherwise, if he's not Scarfed, he's got kind of a rough matchup into Cinderace here. So, got that thing burned. It's a huge threat that's just now significantly reduced by getting that Wisp on there. I imagine he's thinking, okay, he's got to be Scarf. I think he was Scarf, so he probably knows I can't do much to him and kind of sees this as a setup opportunity for his alchemy here. So what do? I go into Mandibuzz, Ursaluna. Let's apply some immediate pressure here. Get that Flame Orb burn. I am doing the post-com here probably a month and a half or 2 after I played this game, so I don't remember exactly how it went. So I can try and kind of think what I'm doing here. So he just did a Iron Defense, obviously. I think he's Terra Steel on this, or Terra Poison. He doesn't Terra, which is great for us. He goes for a second Acid Armor. I think he's still in Facade range here, though, or close to it. I think at this point I kind of have to stay in and just continue to apply pressure on this thing. I can't let it sit there and heal up on me. He just decides to withdraw. The thing with Alchemy is it can be pretty nasty, but it takes a lot of setup in order to be good. And this is basically just a sack. Oh, no, it's not. Of course, it's a ghost. So shit. So the first time he and I played, he had, I think, Terra Fighting on his Hoopa here. And it was just a demon into my entire team. So I'm kind of thinking, what's my best matchup into his Hoopa? I'm thinking now, I'm guessing probably Mandibuzz is what I would go to now. Thinking about it, Hoopa, you just don't know if it's special, you don't know if it's physical, or both. I actually stayed in. Okay, that's kind of crazy on my part. So do I just lose Ursaluna here? He also has the ability to be Terra Fairy on this thing. And I was actually faster, so I could have just done a... Yeah, so I think I just lose Ursaluna here. This is kind of a botched play. Ursaluna is gone needlessly. I didn't think that I would be faster than this thing. I think it's like a base 80 or 70. Either way, it's a lot faster than Ursaluna. I must be max speed on Ursaluna. So I just lose my Ursaluna, for naught. Looks like we're going to go with Cinderace. This thing is a lot more specially defensive than physically defensive. So I should be able to put some good pressure on it with a Pyro Ball or High Jump Kick, I guess. Because High Jump Kick, if he goes into Garchomp, will still do a pretty good chunk of damage here. Is that what he does? Snacker, yep, that's got to be Garchomp. He brings in his Snacker, and I think that this is a 2 KO on Snacker. The nice thing about, so of course, the rough skin hurts us quite a bit there. The nice thing about him having Terra'd that Hoopa is I now can kind of spam high jump kick pretty freely because he doesn't have the ghost to at least threaten me with getting damage there. So he can bring in his alchemy here. I would imagine alchemy is what he does because it is hurt, but I think it can tank. Nope, he brings in Buzz Bomb. Okay. I guess this thing also can tank fighting move pretty easily. We're presuming he knows that we are Scarf because of his Ursaluna staying in it and getting burnt. We go into Mandibuzz, kind of expecting at least kind of neutral coverage to this thing. And it turns out to be a physical Yanmega, which is a little bit of a surprise for us here. Honestly, not bad because we have Foul Play. Mandibuzz, we got Iron Defense as well, so we can kind of just sit on this thing. Get a Toxic or Foul Played. Kind of our special wall for this matchup is Arboliva. So it's tempted to switch that thing in, but it hadn't terrored yet. Okay, and at this point he's just kind of saying, screw it. Urshifu is probably not going to be doing a whole lot for me anymore, especially if he's Choice Scarf on it. I can't do much to Urshifu. It triple or double resists Foul Play, but it also can't do much to me. So I kind of think, what do I do? Do I just stay in here and Foul Play? He can't really pressure me out either. Yeah, so he goes for a U-turn, kind of hoping to scare me out maybe. Brings in who? I think this is the Hoopa. Oh no, that's the alchemy. Foul Play does not do shit to alchemy. At this point, we don't know what his Terra is. Oh, I'm sorry, he's already used his Terra. So alchemy is toast if it stays in. I think he had either steel or poison on this thing as a Terra option, but again, since he's Terra Hoopa, we know that he cannot use Terra on this thing. Goes for a Draining Kiss, which does pretty good chunk to us there, really. But now that he's got that Toxic on him, he's got a Clock. We can heal off this damage that he's doing to us. And really just kind of stall him out in this situation. So we just roost and keep ourselves alive here. See if he stays in and wants to just wear down Mandibuzz, or if he decides to save this thing. But at this point, his alchemy is kind of toast as far as it's what it wants to do, usually anyways. Okay, so he comes back in with his Buzz Bomb, which earlier he had to switch this thing out versus us, or he chose to anyways. So it is kind of interesting that he's now tried to do some kind of just a pivot there, or a bait maybe. He brings in Urshifu, maybe just seeing what I'll do with the Toxic there. Or trying to get me to Foul Play, I guess, as well. I don't know why he just didn't go straight into Urshifu, to be honest, because it would have been the same thing. Either Urshifu takes little to no damage from a Foul Play or can't be Toxic. So maybe it was just a misclick on his part. And so at this point, I'm like, what's pressuring me? I've got an Iron Defense up. I think I can just kind of keep doing Chip here. Kind of a shitty situation for him to be in. So what does he have left as far as special attackers for Mandibuzz here? He's got this thing. Imagine he's just kind of having some decision-making trouble. Also, maybe just excuse me, a little sick. Also, maybe having some issues. He just wanting to reset the Toxic timer. And rather than staying in stall, it looks like we're going to go for Cinderace here to apply some more immediate pressure on the situation. I think at this point in the match, yeah, Draining Kiss isn't going to do much to Cinder. And after the Poison Chip here, I think that he is well within Pyro Ball range. And he's got... Pyro Ball is going to go pretty hard into most of his team at this point as well. Urshifu can tank one. He can't go to his Bug because his Bug is just going to get nailed. Who does he go to here? Let's see. Looks like I'm kind of playing this match a little quicker. Okay, good. He's got his Avalugg. Avalugg tanks that Pyro Ball pretty honorably. Don't want to risk getting KO'd and losing our Cinderace, so we go into our own Avalugg here. And Avalugg and Arboliva are my two fairy captains. Sorry, Terra captains that I have on this team. I think I have them both as Terra Fairy, if I remember correctly. Not totally sure about that. Again, this is a month overdue post-com. Trying to think, how do I force progress at this point? I can't really do much to that. It can't really do much to me. I'm just going to get some rocks out and hope maybe that he switches out. Or for some reason doesn't have rapid spin. He switches out. Great for us. We can get our rocks up. Brings in Alchemy again. Again, Alchemy is just not able to do a lot for us here. So he's doing a lot of kind of double switching and a lot of movement, just trying to get some kind of a position here. At this point, he's really at kind of a fairly big disadvantage in the match because of his burnt Urshifu. And I've got just a number of pretty defensive Pokemon here. Mandibuzz specifically, he doesn't have much to break. Goes for a Draining Kiss. We bring out Arbo God here. And really at this point too, Arbo has a pretty decent matchup into most of his team. Especially if we choose to use Terra on it. I think we're Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy or Terra Poison. We'll see here shortly. But... see, yeah, so if we're Terra Poison, we don't want a Terra in front of this thing because that'll make us hurt more from let's see what we are. Do I check? Just go for a Leech Seed, I guess. Force some progress on something. Great thing about Leech Seed. Just adds to the annoying Arboliva factor here. Okay, he brings in Avalugg. And I think this would be a good spot to probably Terra, because Arbo's got a pretty decent matchup into this thing. It is weak to ice moves, so if we Terra, we can get rid of that and just go hard into it with Alluring Voice. I think a couple of Alluring Voices probably would be enough to Oko, or to kill this thing, not to Oko. Let's see how much it does. Expect to see an Ice Spinner from him probably. Excellent. So that is a 2 KO range for us. It is a Rapid Spin. Probably a smarter move than what I was thinking. Gets him out of Leech Seed. Also makes him faster than me now, which is kind of nice. He gets an extra move off for free. So he could be doing the Ice Spinner now. He could recover, but there's not that much point in recovering because I did over half to him with that first Alluring Voice. So I gotta guess he does an Ice Spinner here, or he chooses to switch out and preserve this thing. But a half health Avalugg with no Terra is going to be kind of limited use for him at this point, I think. We go for the Alluring Voice. Regardless of what he does, that's going to be our strongest move into something. KO him if he stays in. He does stay in. Okay. He breaks the grass, but I wonder, does that also trigger the grass? It does not. Okay. Okay, we get rid of Avalug. He does a pretty good amount of chip to us. So I don't know, maybe in hindsight, it would have been smarter to go for a strength sap there. But I kind of just wanted to kill Avalug at the same time. And so at this point, Arbo's got a decent matchup into pretty much everything that he has left. I think maybe his Hoopa can do some good damage to us here. Not sure of what its moveset is. It's TERA fighting. Dark and Psychic are kind of it's a, I guess, Ghost. Let's see here. So he brings in this thing. I'm guessing he goes for some Swords Dance here, try and outpace my Strength Sap recovery. Sorry about that. Got my daughter here in the background with me. Okay, and we get the confusion on this thing. So he's kind of in a spot now where he's got to hope to hit through his confusion here and do a pretty good amount of damage to us. Let's see what he can do. If he does, excuse me, he does hit through. He gets a pretty good chunk on us with Leech Life there. I don't know if we can kill him from this range. We don't kill him. Oh, he's got a citrus. Oh, what is that? Oh shit, he's got a lychee berry. So I'm actually unsure at this point with that lychee berry boost and with that sword stance, if he is able to hit us here. I'm not sure that it's going to kill, but it can come awfully close. Confusion works in our favor there. We get an unfortunate disconnect there. But that turn of confusion not going his way kind of seals the deal for his team here. He loses his Meganium there. Whatever it's called, his Mega, his Bug, his Dragonfly. He loses his Dragonfly. All he's got left is Urshifu, and some special attackers that just aren't going to be able to break Arboliva. So I'm texting him at this point in time. It'd be really difficult for us to be able to recreate the battle at that point, and so he just says he'll go ahead and let me have the win rather than trying to recreate. Because yeah, again, we both just kind of agreed he's kind of past the point of being able to win that match after losing his Dragonfly there. So that's the first round of the playoffs, and we are now through 2 semis. So stay tuned for the next video, guys, and we'll show you our semifinals match. I gotta say as well, this is the Yuva division. There's 2 different non-upload required divisions in PDL. We are in the Yuva. Naranja, I believe, is the other one. They have 2 separate playoffs. So top 4 of each division has a separate cross-divisional playoff afterwards. And so being able to win this match has entered us into the top 4 and entered us into the cross-divisional championships, which will be later on. So we'll be having our semifinals at least from this game. We'll be having at least 1 match in the cross-divisionals later on. So stay tuned, and I would love to show you guys some more playoff action.